Audio inside the Nick Smith Center as the Arnprior Rivermen gets underway. Puck drop will be shortly after 4:30. Hello, everyone, and welcome inside the Nick Smith Center for today's EOSHL action on the RA Sports Network. My name is Ryan Woods, and I've got the call for today's game between the Arnprior Rivermen and the league-leading, undefeated, 16-0 North Dundas Senior Rockets. It's going to be an exciting game today as the Arnprior Rivermen have already clinched home ice advantage in the first round of the EOSHL playoffs following Friday night's 5-4 thrilling win over the Capital Division leading Manotick Mariners, where Alex Halford scored a hat trick, including the game's game-winning goal with 36 seconds remaining. Now, when you look at tonight's matchup between the Rivermen and the North Dundas Rockets, you look at the 16-0 record, you look at the amount of star power that they have in their lineup. Well, there's a few star players out of the lineup tonight for the North Dundas Rockets, including Mike McNamee, the team's leading scorer, as well as McCarthy, Boudreau, Berg, and Nevins, all out of the lineup. And this North Dundas Rockets team has 13 players above a point per game or at a point per game average with a minimum 5 games played. So they still have a lot of star power, and the Rivermen have a lot on their hands tonight if they wish to hand this North Dundas Rockets team their first defeat of the season. We're just moments away from puck drop. The Rockets are already out here. We're just waiting for the Rivermen to come out. They're led out by their volunteer flag bearers tonight. This will be the second meeting between these two teams this season. They played each other on January 18th, where the North Dundas Rockets earned a 6-2 victory with a game-winning goal from Fabian Walsh. They made the score 3-1. It wasn't a bad effort from the Rivermen. They limited the North Dundas Rockets to just 6 goals, and they had an outstanding performance in net from Carlin Lyle, who stopped 47 of 53 shots. He will be in the net again tonight, and your goalie for the North Dundas Rockets will get more statistics following puck drop. Matt Jenkins gets the start tonight for the Rockets. We'll be right back after O Canada. As mentioned, out of the lineup tonight for the North Dundas Rockets is leading scorer Mike McNamee. The Quebec Ramparts and Sherbrooke Phoenix alumni has recorded a point in all 13 of his games played this season. Also out of the lineup is Bridgeport Islanders AHL alumni Connor McCarthy, Derek Boudreau, Gatineau Olympiques alumni Kyle Berg, and Jack Nevins, whose Elite Prospects page is nearly as long as Yarmer Yager's. He played for 3 OHL teams, 3 QMJHL teams, 3 AHL teams, and 6 ECHL teams. He will not be in the lineup tonight for North Dundas. Couple lineup changes for Arnprior. Max Saito and Andover Roy, Stephen Bird are out. Connor Noonan, Graham Denun, and Dan Verdi are in. The teams are lined up, and we are underway in the first period as the opening faceoff is won by North Dundas. Battle for possession in front of the Rockets bench. Bird plays it over to the far side. I should say Mike Bird, as Stephen Bird is out of the lineup tonight for the Rivermen. Puck poked to the far corner by Lyle. Bouncing puck behind the net. Walsh battling in the near corner. Wins the battle, and down to the ice goes Nwafuzi. The Rivermen will stick handle. Halford passes it over. Nearly intercepted at center ice, but Nasita drops it for Halford, who carries it across the blue line. Rivermen leading scorer Connor Noonan passes back to the point for Keenan, who plays it over the glass and out of play. We got our first stoppage 46 seconds into the game, and we'll take a look at your starting goaltender for the visiting North Dundas Senior Rockets. Number 25, Matt Jenkins, has a 10-0 record this season with a .901 save percentage, 2.88 goals against average. He stopped 22 of 24 shots last weekend against the Rivermen. Rockets out to center ice off the draw. Kevin Lau was caught offside as the puck was knocked off a stick just before entering the offensive zone, and the faceoff will come outside. Your starting goaltender tonight for the Arnprior Rivermen is number 86, Carlin Lyle, who has a 6-5 record on the season with an .868 save percentage, 5.21 goals against average, along with one shutout against the Glengarry Pipers. That shot hit the outside of the net. Williams plays it down low. Centering pass was broken up by Matt Denis, who sends it the length of the ice. Icing called against the Rivermen with 1:12 gone in the first period. Like I said, Carlin Lyle stopped 47 of 53 shots against North Dundas. That's not an uncommon occurrence. They put pucks on nets in all situations. Look for them to throw lots of pucks on the net from the point, like that shot there, which was steered off the stick of Lyle and out of play. They're not afraid to just throw the puck on the net from anywhere. They're also able to generate creative plays and high danger scoring chances. Face off to the left of Lyle is won by the Rockets, but it's stolen back by the Rivermen. Power passes ahead to McMahon, who collided with the linesman, and a shot by Power, who misses the far side. McMahon plays it back down low. Williams with the puck. He battles with Jorson, who had 2 assists in Friday's game. Williams plays it off the boards. Azano gave it away. The Rivermen back on side. Kite just gets the puck deep. Jenkins is out to play it behind the net. It's stolen by McMahon, but swatted away by Rajenovic. And he backhands it out to the blue line. 1-on-3 opportunity for Azano, who shoots from just inside the blue line. An easy save for Lyle, who will hang on with 2:05 gone in the period. Marco Azano, the U Ottawa alumni, enters tonight with 49 career EOSHL points, 108 from the half-century milestone of 50 career points. Off the drop, Baker collects the puck and plays it back to Peter Mott at the left point. His shot through traffic is stopped by Lyle. Played out to center ice. Backhand pass, unable to connect from Verdi. Mott plays it back through center for Baker across the blue line. Floats towards the net, out in front. Brendan McIntyre into the slot. Beveridge's shot misses the far post and comes all the way back out to center ice for Mott, who will turn with it. He evaluates the situation behind the Rockets' net and will start the breakout up the left wing. Baker had it poked off his stick by Halford. And the Rockets with a line change. Walsh comes off the bench. Pass by the Rivermen back into the defensive end. Nwafuzi through center ice. Breakaway pass attempt was received by the player that just got knocked down. Unable to receive it cleanly, though, and break in on the breakaway. That was Connor Noonan. Stitt tried to bank it in from the side of the net. The Rivermen able to steal it back and kick the puck ahead to their skate. They get the deflection into the offensive zone. Bouncing puck played around the boards by Jenkins. Bird out to center ice, plays it off a foot. Matt Denis banks it off the end boards over to the far side for Alderic Denis. Halford, backhand pass is turned over to Bird. Bird over to the right circle. Cutting back with it. Off a stick in front of the net. Denis clears it from behind Carlin Lyle. Icing is waved off as Jenkins comes out to play it. The Rockets back out to center ice. Then kept to the outside was Kushnerek. He just had to dump it in. Matt Denis plays it ahead. Some speed through center ice. Putting on the brakes was Graham Denham, who got the puck deep. And it's up to Fabian Walsh, who gets a backhand pass out to center ice for Mitch Gibson, who works the give and go. A nice zone entry for the Rockets. A shot from the high slot deflects wide. The Rivermen with an opportunity. Moy is looking for it at the blue line, but it's picked off by Kevin Lau. Lau with some speed around the corner, but we have a stoppage of play at the blue line. It's a delayed offside call with Moyes deep inside the Rockets' end, and finally, as he carried the battle into the near corner, they called offside, and the faceoff will come outside the Rockets' blue line with 4:38 gone in the opening period. The faceoff is won by Rajanovic. Gibson has his pocket picked at center ice, and a nifty move by Jorson to gain the offensive zone. He shoots. And Jorson opens the lead. It was a fantastic move by Braden Jorson to get behind the Rockets defense and pick a corner behind Matt Jenkins to open the scoring. Braden Jorson, the rookie, is now up to 10 points on the season with that goal in his 10th game played. As I mentioned earlier, he had 2 assists on Friday night against Manotick, and he just continues to impress in his first EOSHL season. Opportunity for the Rockets. Centering pass deflects back in favor of the Rivermen. McMahon with a move to get around Williams. He curls at the backhand, and it's knocked off his stick by Coley. Kelly played the puck over the glass at center ice, and as long as it's not in your defensive end, then you're not going to get called for delay of game. Approaching the 5-minute mark of the first period, and that's a huge goal for the Rivermen to set the tone. They have a decent crowd here tonight to get the fans into the game early. The Rockets have played in 5 games this season, which have been decided by 2 goals or fewer. Of course, they, with a 16-0 record, have a 5-0 record in those games. The Rivermen, when playing in games decided by 2 goals or fewer, have a 5-1 record. So as long as they can keep this game close, I know it goes without saying, they have a chance. And when they've given themselves a chance in games decided by 2 goals or fewer, they've won 5 of 6. So that goes to show you how this Rivermen team is built to win close games and find ways to win. Pass through center ice, looking to slip the D is Williams. His shot is stopped by Lyle. Off balance, the rebound is cleared to the corner. Pass out in front, looking for a shot from Mazzano. The Rivermen will skate it out. Going off for a line change is Jorson. It's knocked away by Mott. Kept in by Keenan. Behind the net, shot from a poor angle. Doesn't make its way to the net. Mazzano with a one-touch pass through center ice. Williams pushes it to the outside. Lau Beveridge, my apologies, plays it around the boards, and it's kept in by Kushnerek. Rivermen will look to clear from the far corner. Pass out to center ice is off the skate of Johnson, and Brennan McIntyre leaves it. Shot from outside the left circle, hits Jenkins, and he clears it. Hits a teammate in the far corner. Now Brennan McIntyre reverses the play behind the net. And looking for Baker. It's off the stick of Denis. Baker across the blue line. 3-on-1 over to the right circle, and it's deflected away by Birdie. Battle continues behind the Rivermen goal line. It's played out to the near point. McIntyre plays it over to the far side and knocked off the puck is Alderic Denis. Kushnerek carries it behind the Rivermen net on the forehand. His shot goes through the crease, and Lyle makes a save on the far side. Alderic Denis now with an opportunity to skate it out as the Rockets were making a line change. He floats the puck through center ice. Pass ahead to Stitt. Stitt down the right side. His shot off the right arm of Lyle, and it sails wide. Brody Boulanger passes it back out to center ice. Stitt deflects it into the offensive zone. Centering pass for Lau, and he's taken down by Matt Denis. No penalty call pending. The Rivermen recover the puck and pass it out to center ice. And it's knocked ahead into the blue line, and it's cleared the length of the ice. Kite, the last man back, will race back as icing is called against the Rockets with 7:20 gone in the period. And you want to talk about giving yourself the best opportunity to win. Well, against these Rockets, you want to stay out of the penalty box. The Rivermen only took one penalty last weekend, which they successfully killed off. They took 7 on Friday night against Manotick, where they were able to kill off 6 of 7 penalties. Quick shot attempt off the draw by Nisita is blocked. But they definitely want to have an effort like the January 18th game where they only took 1 penalty as opposed to 7 on Friday night. Lau's shot is stopped by Lyle. The rebound sent back through the crease to the point, and it's unable to connect with Mitch Gibson outside the left circle. Halford loses his balance. Stitt plays it out in front. Walsh's shot is stopped by Lyle, who hangs on. No rebound with 7:50 gone in the first period. Of course, Fabian Walsh scored the game-winning goal on January 18th in the 6-2 victory. His goal made it 3-1 with 1:06 remaining in the first period. Face-off won by Walsh with some help from Locke. His centering pass to Gibson. He shoots and scores. Gibson was tied up by 2 Rivermen defenders in the slot, but he still had his stick loose and was able to redirect that puck over the shoulder of Carlin Lyle to even the score at 1. Mitch Gibson, the U Ottawa and Ottawa Junior Senators alumni, had his 10-game point streak ended last weekend versus Arnprior. He gets back in the score sheet tonight with an important goal to even the score at 1. And we've got some tragically hit playing for an extended portion of play. Deflection in front. Gibson plays it out to center for Walsh. 2-on-2 across the blue line. Walsh looks to find a screen. Locke plays it to Walsh behind the net. And Gibson in front shoots and scores again! Mitch Gibson, 2-1 Rockets. That's a second goal in 29 seconds. Mitch Gibson had a 7-point game earlier this season on October 19th versus South Grenville. When he gets going, good luck stopping him. And now, just 29 seconds after tying the game, he gives the Rockets their first lead of the afternoon. Now we'll get to see how the Rivermen will respond after giving up 2 quick goals. They came back on Friday night twice, even the score against the Mariners as the puck slides towards Carlin Lyle. He will hang on for a defensive zone faceoff with 8:42 gone in the period. The Rivermen were down 3-1 in the second period, as well as 4-3 in the third period, and they were able to come back twice to tie it before getting the game-winning goal with 36 seconds remaining. Kushnerek's shot deflected by Rajenovic. Williams plays it back to the right point. Bird unable to keep it in as it deflects off Power. Power gets around Bird into the offensive zone. McMahon out in front had his stick tied up, unable to redirect the puck on the net. Rajenovic passes it out to center ice. Across the blue line, the puck is sent around the end boards. The battle continues along the near boards, bouncing puck down low, drop pass Rajenovich out in front to the backhand, backdoor pass attempt through the crease, and the Rockets just not unable to get that shot past Lyle. Jerson back out to center ice, sends it in. Jenkins tees it up and sends it out to center ice. Line change for the Rivermen, 2-on-2 opportunity, but Williams unable to receive the pass. He's able to regain the puck behind the net. The Rivermen battle to get it out to center ice. Lau battling right in front of the Rivermen bench. As we approach the midway point of the opening period, Froats plays it over to Bird. It's off a pair of legs at center ice. Baker chipped the puck ahead, but winning the race to the puck was Johnson. And a hit by Froats along the far boards, the first the turnover, and in come the Rockets. Baker on his backhand, centering pass deflected to the near corner. Jordan McIntyre tries to clear it along the near boards. Kelly battling in the near corner. It gets past Baker. The far point for Cooley, who plays it down low to Baker. Baker evades a couple of stick check attempts and gets the puck down low. It's around the boards, back out to center ice for Adam Beveridge, who crossovers to the far side and plays it off the boards as the Rockets were making a line change. Lyle comes out to play it. Walsh on his backhand in the far corner, plays it behind the net for Locke. Locke from the right circle through the slot. One-time attempt by Beveridge goes over the net, nearly over the glass, just stayed in play. Backhand pass by Walsh into the corner for Gibson. Gibson cycles it down low. The stick lift unsuccessful. The Rockets maintain possession. Mott carries it down below the goal line. Cycles it behind the net. And we've got a stoppage in play at the side of the Rivermen net. With 8:43 remaining in the period, wonder if the net just came off. That seems to be the case, as the linesman will make an adjustment. It just came off the peg behind Lyle, so that's the situation. And the Rockets have begun to find their rhythm. The Rivermen starting to play on their heels since opening the scoring. Face off outside the blue line is one ahead by Halford, who's knocked off the puck. Nisita unable to pick it up. Rajenovich over to the right wing. And a race for the puck on the near side. Backdoor play attempt is broken up by the Rivermen. Nisita unable to connect on the pass. Wafusey gets the return feed from his defense partner. And now Halford will gather some speed through center ice. Halford drops it. Shot from the left circle is gloved down. Rebound up for contest in the crease, and it deflects back towards Jenkins, who will settle things down with 8:11 remaining in the period. Alex Halford had himself a night on Friday with his second hat-trick of the season. The leading goal scorer for the Rivermen is now on a 6-game goal-scoring streak, including 10 goals, and of course, the 2 hat-tricks. Kushnerek puts on the brakes behind the Rockets net, and he'll skate it out with some room. Cross corner dump in, but didn't make it to center ice, so icing called against the Rockets. Only 2 games remaining on the season following tonight for the Rivermen, so we'll take a look at a playoff preview following the first period of play. Some first-round matchups are already locked in, and we want to get everyone prepared for what is set to be the most exciting year of EOSHL playoff action that we've seen so far. Across the blue line, the Rockets play it back to the point for Rajenovich. He looks to sift it down towards the net. Matt Denis plays it ahead and skating it out through center ice across the blue line. The pass comes over to Nisita. Nisita plays it down low. Alderic Denis attempts to make a play. Nisita back covering defense. Saucer pass knocked out of midair by Alderic Denis, but he's caught pivoting at center ice. The Rockets were nearly able to break past him 2-on-1. However, the play was offside with 7:23 remaining. Rivermen with a lot of confidence coming into tonight, having won 7 of their last 10 games. Their most impressive win of the season so far on Friday night gave them confidence coming into this afternoon. Baker's shot is stopped by Lyle. The rebound in the slot. Froats plays it to the side of the net. Brendan McIntyre turns with it and unable to connect on a pass in front. It comes back outside the blue line for Lowe. Lowe off the boards. And a pass attempt to Froats was intercepted. Lowe back into his own end. Pass up to the blue line for Brendan McIntyre. He's kept to the outside by Kelly. Shot misses wide. Rockets have to touch up. Cooley will play it back in deep. The Rivermen will pass it up the left wing. And it's unable to connect with Moyes at center ice. There was nobody there to receive that pass in front of the Rockets bench. McMahon looks to make a play on Gibson. Gibson peels back and passes back to Beveridge. Back up to Gibson, who lifts the stick. But it's poked away by Noonan. Shot by Locke on goal. Save is made by Lyle with no rebound. Eric Locke, the 2013 draft choice of the Buffalo Sabres, as well as a Windsor Spitfire, Barrie and Saginaw OHL alumni, former U Ottawa captain, has 4 consecutive 3+ point games entering tonight. 3-on-1 opportunity for the Rivermen. McMahon down the right side. His shot misses and is played back out in front off the foot of Power. Over to the far boards, the Rockets are able to clear for a 2-on-1, possibly of their own. Gibson to the backhand, plays it out in front. One-time shot over top of the net and out of play. A nice setup for Locke in the slot, who just got under that one a little bit too much. Not able to pick the corner over the shoulder of Lyle. Had the puck get up on him on its edge, and out of play it goes. Back to the point for Bird. Over to the right point. Shot stopped by Lyle off the deflection. A nice read off the redirection. McMahon gets it out to center. Power has Jorson with him. And it deflects off a stick and out of play. What I loved about McMahon's game on Friday for the Rivermen was his ability to execute a clean zone entry off the transition. He's got good speed through the middle, and he created a number of odd man rushes late in the third period, including what would end up setting up Alex Halford's game-winning goal. McMahon had a pair of assists on Friday and a nice transition on the last play here this afternoon. Dan Johnson into the slot. McIntyre's shot was blocked. Like Bird unable to clear. We get a stoppage in play. Played with the high stick. And the Rivermen with a nice effort to try to turn the momentum back in their favor. Behind the back reception, and the battle continues in the far corner. Pass out to Azano, who gets to center ice and gets the puck deep. Lyle out to play it. 4:47 remaining in the period. Azano had it bounce off his stick outside the blue line, forced to play it back. And the pass bounces over the stick of Williams, so icing is called against the Rockets. So we're inside the final 5 minutes of play in the opening period. No other games on the schedule today in the EOSHL, is the only other game that was scheduled had to be forfeited. So all the attention this afternoon in the league is on this game, and a shot from the left point misses the net. Crisp pass across the zone. Lau gets around Kite, And he looks to play it back out in front. It nearly found Stitt. Rivermen able to recover. Kelly gets it out to center ice. And the linesman saw that there was a deflection and called off the icing. The Rockets floated out to center ice. And it's laid ahead for a 2-on-1 opportunity. Walsh tries to slide it through the 5-hole. Lyle is able to make the save. And the shot by Lau deflects off a stick of Noonan and out of play. 3:48 remaining in the first period, and it's been a fast pace in what could possibly be a second-round playoff preview. If the North Dundas Rockets win their first-round series, they will face the winner of the Rivermen Senior Comet Series. Brendan McIntyre plays it back into his own end. Mott over to the far corner. Gets a return pass, and with Moyes on top of him, has to play the puck through the crease, and a great pass out. Baker shoots, and Lyle makes the save, sliding back towards the goal line. He's able to keep that one out and keep the game at a 1-goal deficit for the Rivermen. That was a precise 150-foot tape-to-tape pass to give the Rockets a breakaway opportunity. That's the type of skill that we'd love to see on display. Opportunity for Froats in the slot. He's stopped by Lyle. McMahon now through center ice. Plays it hard off the boards. Jenkins out to play it. Backhand pass off. So the Riverman player, McMahon, out into the slot. The Rockets were able to exit the zone. Jorson lifted the stick. McMahon plays it ahead for Power. It's knocked off his stick back out to center ice. Alderic Denis across to Wafuzi. Back over to Alderic Denis. Ahead to center ice. Stepping up was Kushnerek to make the hit. Their pass out to center ice for the Rockets to the offensive zone. Locke streaking towards the net. The puck never arrived as Johnson did his part to keep the play to the outside inside the blue line. It's poked away from Birdie. Johnson hunched over. Walsh has to retrieve his stick. It's off the glass right to Walsh, who walks in. Walsh backhand pass to the outside. Gibson's shot off the outside shoulder, or perhaps the side of the net, and over the glass and out of play. Rivermen need to make sure that they he was able to stop that zone exit and set up an opportunity for Gibson down low. Lyle makes a good save leaning into the near post. Gibson down low had it deflect off his stick out in front. Lyle will grab the puck just to slow things down for another defensive zone face-off with 1:52 remaining in the period. Face-off set to the left of Lyle. Won by the Rivermen. Nasita races for it. He makes a hit in the near corner. Lyle comes up. Williams, who was on the receiving end of the hit by Nasita, tried to make a play, but the Rivermen able to break out to center ice 3-on-3. Play is onside. Taking a tumble was Lau in the slot, which allows the Rivermen to play it from behind the net. A nice reach with the stick for Mazzano to knock it down the ice, and just the perfect deflection as it died just short of the icing line. Nearly a deflection in front for Mazzano. The puck goes to the far boards for Williams. Mazzano tries the jam play, rebound, and they score, but it's waved off immediately as Lyle was knocked out of the play. Incidental contact with the goaltender or a goaltender interference penalty. Let's find out. The 69 seconds remaining in the period. The official is pointing out to center ice. He hasn't made a signal for a penalty, just waved off due to incidental contact with the goaltender. The Rockets that close to a 3-1 lead, but obviously, as you saw, Lyle had no opportunity to make that save due to the contact. The right call was made. The score remains 2-1, and the Rockets win the faceoff at center ice. Lau plays it around the boards. He's rubbed out along the boards by Moyes. Turnover in the slot. Baker to Froats. He's stopped, but the rebound is in. Brendan McIntyre makes it 3-1. With 52 seconds remaining in the first period, that is a tough goal for the Rivermen to concede. They played a very reasonable first period. However, if you recall, last weekend in the 6-2 loss, it was a goal with 1 minute and 6 seconds remaining by Fabian Walsh that put the Rockets up 3-1. And that was it for the game. That was the game-winning goal. Could this be the same outcome tonight for the Rivermen? Of course, you hope not. But after giving up a goal this late in the period, that's a really tough one to give up. Mott plays it on goal from center ice. Lyle plays it behind the net. Pass ahead for Power. It's turned over. Beveridge forces the turnover. Backhand pass. Deflects over to the far corner. 25 seconds remaining in the period. The Rivermen floated out to center ice. It's gloved down by Gibson and passed over to the far side. Beveridge, I believe, back into the offensive zone. 1-on-2. The puck slides deep in the Rivermen end. With 10 seconds remaining, a deflection out in front, shot by Locke, and a great save by Lyle. Play continues. It's behind the net. 3 seconds left. The Rivermen will clear it. Deflects over the glass out of play with 0.1 seconds remaining. And the official says, just run that down. Let's get off the ice and take a break. A close first period for the most part. And the Rockets have had more success against other teams this season. So the Rivermen only down by 2 after 20 minutes. They could be better, but it could be worse. They had an opening goal to take the lead early in the period, and the Rockets responded with 3 goals of their own. Jenkins wasn't tested too much. Lyle, on the other hand, did his part to keep the game as close as possible, including that last save of the period off his glove hand from the turnover in the slot to Locke, who, if we look at Locke, he had, as I mentioned, 4 consecutive 3 or more point games entering tonight. So he's not someone you want to give the puck away to in the slot. We're going to take a look now at the EOSHL playoff picture, as there's a few playoff matchups that are already confirmed for round 1 of the playoffs. In the Capital Division, the Manotick Mariners will take on the Poggan Falls Rapids in the first round of the playoffs, and the Arnprior Rivermen will take on the Pontiac Senior Comets. The Senior Comets with 15 points with 2 games remaining trail the Rivermen. The Rivermen with a -10 goal differential. The Senior Comets with a -6 goal differential. There was a season series this season that saw these 2 teams play a number of games, and we will get to see more matchups between them in the first round of the best-of-5 series, where who knows what will happen. The winner, we suspect, will go on to face the North Dundas Rockets, who will play the winner of a series between they will play either the South Grenville Rangers or the Glengarry Pipers. Both of those teams are currently tied with 9 points with 2 games remaining. Of course, the South Place spot in the Seaway Division is locked up by the South Stormont Mustangs, who will face the team that finishes higher between the Glengarry Pipers and the South Grenville Rangers, and the team with fewer points will face North Dundas. Moving on to the Highlands division, the Deseronto Bulldogs have that division locked up with 30 points. The second place Tweed Oil Kings with 22 points with just 2 games remaining. They will face either the Madawaska Valley Wolves or the Lindsay Barn Cats. The Wolves have 16 points with 3 games remaining, and the Barn Cats have 15 points with 2 games remaining, so it's likely that the Wolves will face the Tweed Oil Kings and the Barn Cats will face the Bulldogs, but you never know with a couple of games left. Perhaps the Barn Cats can leapfrog the Wolves in the standings. And finally, the Lakes Division, the Smiths Falls Ritos have a 1-point lead over the Gananoque Islanders for first place. The Islanders have 2 games remaining, and they earned a overtime win last night against their possible first-round opponent in the Westport Lumberjacks, who have a 5-12-1 record this season. The Frontenac Phantoms, of course, with a 1-18 record, will face the winner of that division, and that could be a good first-round matchup if it ends up being Gananoque versus Westport, based on what we saw in the overtime thriller last night from Gananoque. So a couple series already locked in, a few others to be determined, but during the final few weeks of this season, it's going to be important to keep your eye on all the action on EOSHL TV. We have one more broadcast coming your way from Arnprior on February 1st before the Rivermen finish their season off February 8th against Goggin Falls on the road. We're going to take a look now at the first period scoring summary, as the scoring was opened by Braden Jorson, 15-10 in the opening period. Mitch Gibson responded with assists from Eric Locke and Fabian Walsh at 12:03 to tie the game. And then just 30 seconds later, officially on the scoring sheet, it appeared to be 29 seconds on the game clock in the arena when it happened, but 30-second goal differential. That's 2 quick strikes by the Rockets. And of course, second goal of the period from Mitch Gibson, assists once again to Fabian Walsh and Eric Locke to make it 2-1 Rockets. And then closing off the scoring with 52 seconds left in the period, Brendan McIntyre, assisted by Kevin Law and Shane Baker. First period shots on goal were 15-6 in favor of the Rockets. No penalties yet to either team. We will begin the second period at 5-on-5. 3-1, the Rockets lead the Rivermen following 20 minutes of play. We will be back with the call for the second period after our first intermission. Hello, everyone, and welcome back inside the Nick Smith Center for second period EOSHL action on the RA Sports Network. I'm Ryan Woods, and it's a 3-1 Rockets lead over the Rivermen following 20 minutes of play as we get set to begin the second period. Look out for scorer with 24 points in 11 games this season with the Blue Pants on the near side. Look for him to make a difference in the second period as the Rivermen need some goals to get back in this game. We're underway. Krashnarek, cross corner dump in out of the corner, just makes its way behind the Rivermen net. And Wafusey unable to pick the pocket of Locke. Locke banks it to Gibson. Spinning backhand pass attempt broken up. Nasita out to center ice, had his stick lifted. Pass through the middle. Is chipped ahead by Locke. Walsh races up in the near corner. Lots of water on the ice to start the second period. Shot deflected on goal, and they bank it off the side of the net out in front. It's stolen back by the Rivermen. Nasita unable to receive the bank pass off the far boards. Wafusey feeds through the middle for Noonan. Here he comes across the blue line. Backhand pass. Nasita towards the net. Hits the body in front as Jenkins makes the save. Wow. Had knocked Halford to the ice with 54 seconds gone in the period. Face off on the far side. Janum wins it back to the right point. Matt Denis shot deflected on goal. Jenkins makes the save. Breakaway pass attempt is intercepted by Denis, who was a big part defensively for the Rivermen win Friday night. The puck gets past Aldrich Denis. Icing call against the Rockets. 1:12 into the second period. Matt Denis and Max Seidel were the Rivermen's two representatives in this year's EOSHL All-Star game. Max Seidel not in the lineup tonight. He up to 12 assists in 14 games played this season. It's been a huge part of their success when they've been able to move the puck well. Unfortunately, not available tonight. Williams is broken up by a sliding defensive effort by Aldrich Denis, who's lost his stick as it is way out in the high slot. The Rivermen able to clear, gives Aldrich Denis an opportunity to reclaim his stick, and he makes a play at the blue line just in time to get it ahead to Spencer Roberts. Pass gets past everyone, and icing not called. It bounced off the end boards before Lyle had played it. Not sure why that wasn't icing. Overskating the puck was Denham, but he has enough time to recover. His curling shot was blocked by Williams and played out to center ice by Rajnovic. Williams plays it over to the far corner. Janovic took a swat at it, but it's a 3-on-2 opportunity for the Rivermen. McMahon drops it. Power shot is stopped by Jenkins, who flashes the leather. 2:18 gone in the second period. Couple of different backup goalies tonight, as the usual Kurt Chain not available for the Rockets. So backing up tonight is Jason Lesage, and Alain Ravelry not on the bench tonight for the Rivermen. It's Mike Pocock backing up Colin Lyle. Kite on his backhand. It's nearly knocked off the puck by Boulanger. Jorson plays it back. Off a skate into the slot. Boulanger backhand pass forehand over to Gibson, who shoots and scores. It's a trick goal for Gibson to make it 4-1 Rockets. I mentioned earlier his 7-point game earlier in the season against South Grenfell. He's on pace for another high point output tonight. And of course, there was the goal with just over a minute remaining in the first period that made it a 2-goal deficit. And now the Rockets extend their lead to 3. That's going to be really difficult for the Rivermen to come back from. They just got to hope to get one first to plant the seed of doubt and see where they can go from there. Kushnerek passes it off and entering the offensive zone as Baker. Baker unable to pull the trigger. It's knocked behind the net. Gets past Froats to the near side. Brendan McIntyre plays it around the end boards. And it's a deflection from the far face-off circle from Birdie to break up the play. And it forces another turnover to Dan McIntyre, but the Rockets are able to re-enter the offensive zone. Baker plays it off the boards out in front. Johnson pokes it out to center ice. Back to retrieve it. The Rockets up to the blue line. Froats with the one-touch pass. Receives the drop pass and tried to find Kushnerek on the flyby. Telford with some speed down the left wing. Centering pass into the slot. Noonan. This pass was poked off the stick of Nasita. Back comes Walsh, dropping the shoulder, tries to slide it through this crease in front of Lyle. Noonan receives it at the offensive blue line. Drop pass was broken up by Lowe. Lowe fell at the near face-off circle. Alford looks up ice. He stick handles it out to center. He's got Locke all over him. He was able to knock down Halford, who recovers. Pass over to the right circle. Nasita to the backhand. Unable to beat Jenkins. Delayed penalty coming up against the Rockets. It's played past Keenan. On the bench for the Rivermen. For the extra attacker is Lyle. And the Rockets will touch up. My contact lens fell out there, so luckily I have the stoppage in play to pop that back in. The Rivermen power play 16 for 84 on the season at 19%. Was 12th overall in the USHL. Will be the first power play opportunity of the night for either team as Locke is in the box for the Rockets. Spencer Roberts enters the offensive zone. Denham had it knocked off his stick. Roberts out in front. Roberts had a power play goal Friday night against Manotick. McMahon from the point walks in. His shot is stopped. The rebound turned aside by Jenkins. And after the whistle had gone, Jenkins was knocked to the ice. The puck came loose behind him. But the whistle had gone with 32 seconds gone in the Rivermen power play. The Rockets penalty kill has killed off 50 of 58 penalties this season. 86.2% penalty kill is, of course, the best penalty kill percentage in the EOSHL. Off the draw, Nasita plays it back to the point for Alderic Denis. He passes it over to the right point. Noonan back to Alderic Denis. Nasita banks it off the boards. One-time shot. Alderic Denis is deflected high by Johnson. Noonan leaves it at the far circle. Johnson back to Nasita, who mishandled the puck. Johnson races over to help out. Alderic Denis over to Noonan at the right circle through the slot. Backdoor play attempt. And it's played out to the blue line, but not out. Johnson for Alderic Denis. Deflects off Azzaro's stick. It was played with a high stick and knocked down. The Rockets played it after the high stick, so we get a stoppage in play with 5:56 gone in the period, 52 seconds remaining in the penalty to Eric Locke. The Rivermen moving the puck quickly on the power play, but a few mishandles have taken away some potential scoring opportunities. Alderic Denis over to Noonan. Noonan trades places. Unable to connect on a pass with Nasita. It's knocked down by a glove, and it's cleared the length of the ice. by Stitt. Aldrich Denis receives the puck from Carlin Lyle, and his pass is turned over to the Rockets. The near circle. Baker tried to center it for Stitt. The Rivermen having a difficult time with the man advantage just to get out of their own end. Aldrich Denis mishandled the puck at the near circle. Pass out to center ice is deflected ahead. 10 seconds left on the power play. Off a skate out in front. Johnson unable to reach it. Gibson shorthanded. Centering pass. Baker dropped it for Gibson. He had a breakaway but tried to pass it. Rockets back to even strength. Lau carries it back out to center ice and dumps it in. Aldrich Denis picks it up. Johnson. His pass attempt was deflected, so Jenkins will come out to play it behind the Rockets' net. Lau chips it up the far boards out to center ice. Kite will be the first man to the loose puck. He plays it out to center. Johnson off the boards looking for power. It's played back in. And Kelly receives it behind the net. It's given away. Lyle able to recover at the side of the Rivermen net as the puck just popped out in front. Luckily for the Rivermen, no one there to capitalize, and he's able to stop play with 7:29 gone in the second period. The Rockets will look to continue applying pressure, see if they can really put this game out of hand. Rivermen stick handling. Wafusey through center ice with a little bit of speed, gets it past Beveridge. Backhand wraparound pass back to the point. Keenan plays it over to the far boards. It's off a stick towards the net. Jenkins reaches up to take away the puck out of midair with some traffic in front of the net. Just a solid play to stop the action. Body language on the Rivermen bench is aside from the players that just came off. Everyone's standing, everyone still engaged, leaning over the boards. Reaching was Keenan to try and take that pass attempt away. So to Roberts. Roberts was knocked down at center. So Twinning gesturing, looking for a call. He won't get it. Delayed offside. Williams was taken down. And it's delayed offside, so there the Rivermen got away with the possible tripping call. Moyes into the offensive zone, moves it for Noonan, whose shot misses wide, and it's played past Matt Denis. Back to retrieve the puck is Keenan, who gets it up to the offensive blue line. Moyes drops it. Shot from the far circle by Roberts was stopped. Beveridge plays it behind the net. Tremont. His pass up for Williams, unable to receive it. Matt Denis over to Aldrich Denis, but caught up with the official. Aldrich Denis makes a move to skate it out through the Rivermen zone, out to center ice with some space. Fires one in from center ice, and Jenkins makes the save, but he cleared the puck into the rafters. Of course, the low rafters here at the Nick Smith Center always play a factor at least once in every game. And that will result in a face-off in the Rockets' end with 9:09 gone in the second period. Face-off to the left of Jenkins. It's won by Baker. Kushnerek waits for things to get set up on the breakout. He curls back as Dan McIntyre's all over him. He makes a backhand pass across the zone over to the far side. Baker receives it off his skate and passes it up the left boards. Unable to catch up to it is Froats. Kite with the stick lift collides hard with Froats along the end boards. Kite gets back to his feet. Brennan McIntyre from behind the net. Back to the point. Pass over to the right circle. Back through the slot over to the far side. Fake pass attempt by Baker, plays it down low to Brendan McIntyre. Kite behind the net, taken into the boards once again by Baker. Back to Williams. It comes out to the right circle, and the Rivermen are able to play it out to center ice, but a pass is broken up. And right back into the offensive zone, the Rockets. Walsh fakes it, backdoor pass attempt deflected just wide by Azano. By Locke. He gets the rebound and shoots it on goal. Lyle makes the save as we're past the midway point of the second period. 9:31 remaining. Face-off will be to the right of Lyle. Is won by the Rockets. Shot is blockered aside by Lyle. Keenan plays it out to Noonan. Noonan gets it ahead to Nacita. His pass is broken up. Battling with Locke on the far boards. Pass across to Brendan McIntyre, by Coley. To head for Walsh up the right side. Walsh on the backhand out in front, tries to roof it short side, but he's unable to get the shot inside the post. Shot from a poor angle off the outside of the post. That one a little closer to the target. Still not a shot on net. Noonan backhand pass to McGuafuzzi. Ahead for Halford into the offensive zone. Between the legs of the defense, he shoots. And Jenkins is on the goal line, but the puck stays out. And that one was a suspenseful moment as Halford thought maybe he had just enough on it for Jenkins to slide with the puck past the goal line, but Jenkins had it under his pad, still in the blue paint. The Rivermen just a few inches away from getting this lead cut to 2. Another shot steered aside by Jenkins. Jorson passes it down low to McMahon. It's poked off his stick. Jorson back to McMahon. One-time attempt from Power is stopped by Jenkins, and the Rockets back out. Beveridge up the left side, gets the puck deep. Out to play it is Lyle. Williams leaves it for Radjanovic. He stops the shot. McMahon kicks it ahead. The Rockets. Beveridge back over. Sliding at center ice was Azano and Jorson. Beveridge plays it back into the Rockets' end. Azano received the pass at center ice. Power banked it off the boards. Roberts applying pressure on the far boards, makes the hit on Williams. The Rockets across the blue line. Azano turns it over out to center ice. It's recovered by Williams across the blue line. Shot from the circle once again hits the post behind Lyle. The second post for the Rockets in this sequence of play. 7:30 remaining in the period. Rajanovic's shot deflected by Azano wide. Mike Bird gets it back to the point, but some pressure by Roberts forces the play back out to center ice. Mike Bird deflects it on goal, and Lyle will hang on with 7:13 remaining in the period. Well, for the Arnprior Rivermen, we look for some offense from some of the top guys. Luke Nacita had 1 point Friday. He's had three three-point games and 2 multi-point games in his previous 6 games. So a 7-game point streak entering tonight, and an opportunity for Brody Belanger, who was stopped by Lyle. Great opportunity in front. Belanger back across the blue line. Waits for help to arrive. Kushnerek winds up. Shot through traffic, and he scores. Kushnerek beats Lyle through a heap of traffic to make it 5-1 Rockets, 6:47 remaining in the second period. Chris Kushnerek, the former Wheeling Mailer Bakersfield Condor, also played for Las Vegas and Florida in the ECHL. He also had his 6-game point streak end last week against Arnprior, but back on the score sheet tonight. What a rocket from the point to put the Rockets up by 4. Pass ahead for Brendan McIntyre, who plays it out to center ice. Wafusey breaks up the play. Deflected in by Birdie. McBird turns it over. Johnson at the blue line plays it down low. An opportunity for Dan McIntyre. Puck elevates high in the air, comes back down. Brendan McIntyre battling along the boards. And the puck goes high out of play once again into the rafters. Second time this period that we've seen the puck go out of play in that fashion. And with 6:11 remaining in the period, the game beginning to be out of reach for the Rivermen. Since scoring the game's opening goal, it's been a lot of play at the Rivermen end of the night, dominated by the Rockets. The Rivermen just looking to get one play here to help turn the momentum. Aldrich Denis passes it off. Matt Denis plays it around the boards, unable to get it past Walsh. Centering pass knocked down. Brendan McIntyre plays it off at the right face-off circle. Brendan McIntyre down low to Froats. Opportunity for Matt Denis to exit the zone. He carries it in front of the Rivermen net. Out to the blue line. Pass unable to connect with Nisita. Nisita tries to force the turnover. It's passed ahead for Locke, who receives it. Nice patience to receive that pass, but an even better stick to break up the play by Aldrich Denis. 2-on-1 opportunity. Riverman over for Nisita. His stick was tied up, unable to redirect that one on net. Out to center ice. Kelly takes tape pass ahead for Power. Power over to the left circle. He centers it. Unable to connect with McMahon. Tight. Tries to pivot up ice. It's turned over. Opportunity for the Rockets and all alone. One time, Brendan McIntyre over to Andrew Rajenovich, who makes it 6-1 Rockets. Another 3 goals in the second period to extend their lead to 5 goals. May have been Williams with the assist as opposed to Brendan McIntyre. However, Rajenovich gets the goal. Power racing after the puck. It's played around the boards by Beveridge. Jorson gets to it and plays it down low. 4:30 remaining in the second period. Eric Locke gets credit for the assist. Taken out at the far circle was Azano. Play continues in the far corner. Spoke back to the point. Out in front, Williams unable to settle it down. Beveridge with a hard shot. It's a shoulder save for Lyle. And a stick tied up for McMahon, unable to control the puck on the breakout. He jumps up. The Rockets regain the offensive zone. Williams unable to get the puck past Keenan. And Wafusey gets it out to center ice. Could be an odd man rush. Moyes has an opportunity. His shot is stopped by Jenkins. Bouncing puck towards the crease. Jenkins finds it and hangs on. Moyes had Bramden with him on the 2-on-1. And when you've got that odd man rush, the defender did a good job taking away the passing lane. Moyes with no choice but to throw one on net. That's a good save for Jenkins, who followed up to stop the rebound as well. And the Rivermen have got called for a penalty. Moyes is in the box. And he's gotten called for slashing. So this will be the first power play opportunity of the night for the Rockets now. The Rockets power play, 19 for 62 on the season, 30.6 success rate is fifth best in the EOSHL. The Rivermen penalty kill, 80.3%, sixth best in the EOSHL. And the Rockets look to get set up with the man advantage. It's a pass back for Walsh. He plays it down low to Locke at the half wall. He gets it back to the point. Walsh looks for a deflection by Gibson, who's already got a hat trick tonight. Williams back to Locke. Locke down low, up high for Walsh, over to the left circle, through the slot. Mike Bird's shot is stopped by Lyle out at the edge of the blue paint. Makes the save and hangs on with 31 seconds gone in the penalty to Moyes. This off will be to the left of Lyle. And it's cleared just past Walsh, right off the draw. The Rockets forced back to their own end. Jenkins comes out to play it. His pass is ahead. And keeping it in barely was Walsh. Bird plays it behind the net. Gibson picks it up. In the left circle, passes down low. And it hits Lyle at the side of the net. The net came off the peg, and we'll get a stoppage in play as Lyle was going to cover the puck. Either way, we would have had a stoppage with 57 seconds remaining and the penalty to Moyes. And just 2:33 remaining in the second period. 33 viewers watching live on the RA Sports Network YouTube channel. Thanks to everyone tuning in for this afternoon stream. Losing his glove off the draw was Kite, I believe. Rockets back to Kushnerek. Pass off a skate is turned over to Dan McIntyre, who will clear it into the Rockets' end. Kushnerek back to play it ahead for Lowe. Lowe forced to turn the play back to Kushnerek, who was forced back by Johnson. Kushnerek passes ahead, but it's behind the back, and the Rivermen are able to break up the pass attempt to Baker. And another break up by Halford. He gets it ahead to Johnson. 1-on-3, had the puck knocked off his stick, but great penalty killing by Johnson. Able to kill off the remainder of the penalty. Just 4 seconds left now as the Rockets break back out to center ice. Kushnerek across the blue line winds up. His shot is stopped by Lyle after the penalty had expired. The Rivermen back to even strength. Both teams now 0 for 1 with the man advantage tonight. And the faceoff will be inside the Rivermen end with 1:32 remaining in the second period. Stitt battles off the draw. The Rivermen win the faceoff, but they're unable to clear past Beveridge. Brendan McIntyre's effort to keep it in came all the way around the boards, allowing Halford to carry it through center. He's kept to the outside by Mott. Mott gets it ahead for Brad Stitt. Stitt on the backhand tries to get around Keenan. We're inside the final minute of play in the second period. Throats plays it around the boards. Noonan unable to clear, and it did bounce just either outside the blue line or into the Rockets bench. There are a lot of bodies blocking my vantage point, but either way, the face-off just outside the Rivermen blue line with 46 seconds remaining in the period. Puck knocked down off the face-off by Jorson. Walsh plays it back into his zone end. Jenkins comes back to settle it up for Mott, who's tied up at the side of the net. Power tries to steal the puck, but Beveridge recovers and plays it out to center ice. It's off the stick of Matt Denis, delayed offside, forces the Rivermen to touch up. Gibson from the left circle plays it over to Beveridge, and the back check by Matt Denis takes away the shooting lane, and the shot redirects off the end boards out in front for Lyle to hang on to with 18.7 seconds left in the period. Beveridge off the draw. Plays it off the boards. Power down the left side with 8 seconds left, unable to get behind the Rockets' defense. Walsh unable to keep it. Aldrich Denis throws it into the Rockets' end as time expires after 40 minutes of play. It's a 3-goal second period, giving the Rockets a 6-1 lead over the Arnprior Rivermen. Well, the Rockets really took control of the game in that second period, as I thought would be the case following giving up the late first period goal. Credit to the Rivermen for playing their second game in this weekend. Of course, the 6-5 win over the Manotick Mariners on Friday night. It was going to be a tough challenge for them just to keep a game close against this 16-0 Rockets team. So you can't fault them for what they can't control. You know, the Rockets, they've been able to take games under control against 16 other teams this season. The Rivermen, they're no different. They find themselves down 6-1, but they're still heading into the final 2 games of the season, having won 7 of their previous 10 games with some good goaltending, and they've got some players out of the lineup tonight that could help as well come playoff time, including Max Sato on the back end, and Oberroy. If him and Colin Lyle are able to split duties in the playoffs, who knows if the 5-game rule applies for goaltenders. And Oberroy has only played in 3 games this season for the Rivermen, so with 2 games remaining on the season, he would have to play both of those games to play 5 games, although I'm not positive if the 5-game rule applies for goaltenders for playoff eligibility. That's something I'll have to look into. Looking at the second period scoring summary, the North Dundas Rockets made it 4-1 just over 2 minutes into the second period with a goal from Brody Belanger. Mitch Gibson with the assist. I thought that was the hat-trick goal for Mitch Gibson. However, they've given credit to Brody Belanger. And with 6:47 remaining in the period, Chris Kushnerek made it 5-1. Brody Belanger picks up the assist. And with 4:42 remaining, Andrew Wojanovic got the 6-1 goal with the assist to Eric Locke. Second period shots on goal were 9-9, bringing the game's total to 24 shots to 15 in favor of the North Dundas Rockets. Both teams with an unsuccessful power play in the second period. And we will begin the third period at 5-on-5. The final score is yet to be determined. However, it's looking like it will be a Rockets win as they lead 6-1 after 40 minutes of play. We will be back with the call for the third period following the second intermission. welcome back inside the Nick Smith Center for third period EOSHL action on the RA Sports Network. Ryan Woods, and it is a 6-1 Rockets lead over the Arnprior Rivermen after 40 minutes of play. Another trio of goals in the second period for the Rockets. The Rivermen have not scored since the game's opening goal. We start the third period at 5-on-5 as the Rockets win the faceoff. And Bird pass was knocked down by Halford inside for Noonan, unable to split the Rockets D. Bird falls to the ice. Gibson, with 2 goals in the game, thought he had completed the hat-trick in the second period, plays it ahead. Walsh drops it. Kashnerik's shot missed wide. Nisita unable to connect on the breakout pass. Noonan up the left side now. In, shoots from a bad angle. Jenkins makes the save. Pass comes out through center ice, and it will go all the way down the ice. Icing call against the Rockets. 43 seconds into the third period. And once again, you gotta notice all of the water on the ice. The Zamboni was just on a NASCAR mission during the second intermission. He had the water up to 100. And the players, when they came out, were trying to swat some of the water away with their sticks, but it doesn't do much. You really need a really big squeegee. And a nice move to draw a penalty off the rush. Hooking will be the call. The rush was by Gibson to draw the penalty. And off to the box for the Rivermen will be Alderic Denis. Second power play opportunity of the game for the Rockets. The Rivermen only gave up 1 power play against the Rockets last weekend. Second power play opportunity tonight. Just 56 seconds into the third period. Off the face-off, Jerson unable to clear. Lau plays it over to the right point. Kashnerik's shot is kicked out by Lyle, and the Rivermen clear the puck the length of the ice. Jenkins sets the puck up behind the Rockets net. Wow. Off the far boards. Denis bends it off Kashnerik, catches up to it, and he sends it the length of the ice. Off the corner, out to Jenkins, who passes it behind the Rockets net. Kashnerik reverses the play for Lau. Lau comes out and plays it up the right side for Radjanovic. Radjanovic is crushed to the ice. Well, a hard hit, but just completely on top of him. Centering pass for Locke, unable to get the shot off. Comes back to the point for Walsh, who fanned on the pass, and a diving effort by Roberts to poke it ahead, looking for Denham. Jenkins came out, and the Rockets are able to re-enter the offensive zone. Bank pass off a skate, just kept into the blue line by Mike Bird. Bird gets the return feed and plays it in front between the legs. Backhand pass, unable to connect on the back door. Pass attempt through the middle, looking for Radjanovic, and it's cleared by Denham. Jenkins out to play it once again with 10 seconds remaining in the penalty to Alderic Denis. Gibson across the blue line. Backhand pass to Loft. Saucer pass is knocked down by McMahon. And now the Rivermen are back to even strength. McMahon kicks it ahead to himself, but Power was across the blue line, and the Rivermen are called for offside. 3:02 into the third period. Face off outside the Rockets' blue line is pushed ahead, and the Rivermen clear back in off the end boards out in front through the legs of Jenkins. The Rockets unable to clear. Comes around the boards. Power leaves it at the point for Denis towards the net. Jenkins makes the save, and whacks the rebound into the near corner. McMahon takes down his number 7 counterpart in Peter Mott. Up the right wing for the Rockets is Beveridge. It's kept to the outside by Matt Denis. Unable to connect on a breakout pass. Mott over to the far side. Gets the return feed. Mott's pass was deflected ahead. Back to retrieve it is Keenan. It was deflected off a Riverman stick, so that is why there was no icing. Mott back on his backhand. Shakes off the Riverman forecheck. Kelly waits, finds the lane. It's stopped by Jenkins. A rebound. Jam play at the near side. Jenkins keeps the pad down and keeps the puck out and gets the stoppage in play with 3:11 gone in the period. Nice shot from Isaac Kelly from the right point. Let's get the puck on net and a couple of opportunities for the Rivermen to find the rebound, but unable to beat Jenkins. Lau off the face-off. Plays it off the skate of the linesman. Oh no! Right in the way of the passing lane. Unfortunate break for the Rockets. It happens to the best of us. Alford gets it deep. Played around the boards by Clearly out to center ice. Boulanger unable to split the D. Lau receives a hit along the boards from Halford, who's tripped up. A toe drag in front of the Riverman net by Matt Denis to start the breakout. Backhand pass attempt misses Dan Birdie. Now Lau with a stretch pass up to the blue line. Gibson knocked off the puck by Denham. Denham maintains possession and skates it out to center ice. Denham across the blue line. Is stripped of the puck. It's a stick lift by Chernick. Lock centering pass. Chernick's shot missed the far side. The Rockets keep it in. Opportunity for Walsh looking for the deflection in front. Gibson is stopped in front by Lyle with 5:35 gone in the third period. The Rockets 14-25 away from sweeping the 2-game season series against the Rivermen. Out to center ice. Mike Bird receives it on the backhand and pulls it across the blue line. Shot from the right circle by Gibson is blocked by Alderic Denis. And he is not quite 100% after blocking that shot. He's stuck out there. Now the Rivermen exit as Denham skates it out. Alderic Denis with a little bit of a limp off the ice. Hopefully that one is just a stinger. Kashernik across the blue line, drops it. Walsh from the left circle, over to the right circle. One-time shot hits the side of the net. Rebound opportunity is stopped by Lyle, who got the left skate over to the far post. And the Rivermen get a stoppage in play with 6:19 gone in the period. The Rockets continue to look for more offense, and they nearly got another one on the wraparound attempt. Credit to Lyle for getting across to make the save. Shot from the right point, once again stopped by Lyle. A glove save and no rebound. Pass out of the zone. Noonan racing after it, gets to it, and tries to center it. Bouncing puck in front. Noonan drops it. He could have shot the puck. And taking a hard tumble in the corner was Noonan. He's back to his feet. An opportunity for the Rivermen to re-enter the zone. Halford drops it for Noonan into the slot. He's shot. He scores. And he's knocked to the ice after the shot by Beveridge. And the frustrated Noonan gets up and a little bit of discussion following the play. But the Rivermen with their second goal of the game. Connor Noonan with some words for Beveridge all his way, and a few words from the Rockets bench as well. Connor Noonan with his 9th goal of the season. Mazzaro gets it ahead to Williams, who plays to the back end, and it goes to the side of the net. Then knocked to the ice after the whistle was Williams. Lots of discussion down at ice level. 7:05 gone in the third period. This faceoff will be to the right of Carlin Lyle. Rajnovic wins it, but it's past Lau out to center ice. Power across the blue line. McMahon catches up to the puck in the corner. Battle behind the Rockets' net. Williams makes a move. Plays it behind the net for Lau. He spins with it. McMahon over Lau, gets his arms caught up. I think both of them thought there should have been a penalty. Pass up the right side and across the zone. Stitt with a move around Johnson to gain the offensive zone. During pass attempt, Walsh's deflection directs the puck wide of the net. Now slow to make his way off the ice is Johnson, or that maybe Kelly, either 64 or 24. Isaac Kelly in a lot of pain on the Rivermen bench. Chuck Twinning evaluating him. Off the face-off, the Rivermen play it over the glass. Kelly now off the side of the Rivermen bench. Point shot from Kashernik. Out to center ice, Walsh will now look to pass it ahead of the blue line for Boulanger. Aldrich Denis back on the ice after blocking the shot a few shifts ago. Stitt plays it back to Johnson. Halford strips the puck in the slot by Walsh. Walsh 1-on-3 up the right side. Mishandled the puck and it comes over to the near boards. Matt Denis unable to clear. Brendan McIntyre unable to make a play. Denum gets it out to center ice. It's knocked off the stick of Halford. And it's played in around the boards over to the near side. Wafusey unable to exit the zone. The Rockets force the turnover. It's played off the far boards. Denum makes a couple of moves in the far corner, but unable to get it past Mott at the near point. Another opportunity for the Rivermen to clear. It's out to center ice now. And Roberts dodges a check from Brendan McIntyre at the last moment. Wafusey off the boards to Moyes. Moyes across the blue line. Good effort for the Rivermen to stay onside. Denum, backhand shot stopped by Jenkins, and he covers the rebound with Moyes camped out in front. We're past the midway point of the third period. Face-off will be inside the Rockets' end. And Kelly is back out there. Azaro shot stopped by Lyle. Radjanovic shot deflected wide by Azaro. Azano. Kelly to Radjanovic. He makes a move to the backhand around Dan McIntyre. Passes back to Lau. He carries it around a pair of Rivermen defenders. And the Rivermen able to steal the puck back. It's deflected at center ice, still from the Rivermen side of the center ice line, but Jenkins comes out to play it, which will negate the pending icing. Pass off the boards. Noonan able to keep it in. It's knocked down at the far circle and comes back out to center ice. Lock across the blue line. Shot from a poor angle out in front. Lyle makes the save. Struggled to find the rebound, but he had it the whole time. Was able to find it and get the stoppage in play with 8:50 remaining. 3 games on the season following tonight for the North Dundas Rockets. Their last 3 games of the season will be February 1st as they visit Glengarry. The opportunity in front is cleared to the far corner. The Riverman clearing passes knocked down. Backhand pass over to the far corner for Locke. Bird into the slot. It's the return feed at the near circle. It's broken up by Power. Played over to the far corner. Locke tried to cycle it down low. Power skates it out to center ice. Unable to connect on the stretch pass with McMahon. Nice reception by Locke at the blue line, but it's off the skate back out to center ice. Poked ahead by Jorson. Jorson creates a possible 2-on-2 as Power is caught behind Gibson. Unable to break in and create an odd man rush. And then it's behind Riverman defense. Locke in on Lyle. Lyle plays it away. Walsh in the near corner. Surrenders the puck to McMahon. And McMahon has to wait for the play to be onside. He enters the zone and plays it around Beveridge. And Beveridge gets the inside positioning in the far corner. Mott gets it out to center ice. It's floated ahead, but gloved down by Wafuzi. Stitt comes back to retrieve the puck and plays it behind the Rockets' net. And it's turned back over, but picked up. Zano receives it inside the blue line. Shot is stopped by Lyle. Another wraparound attempt, and it's out into the crease. Belanger, it's behind Lyle, but he falls on top of it. Almost a snow angel situation. Lyle with some help from his defense to sit on the puck and get the stoppage in play with 7:03 remaining. So after the February 1st game for the Rockets, which will be against Glengarry, they'll take on the 7-10-1 Pontiac Senior Comets on February 8th before finishing off the regular season visiting the Manotick Mariners at 2 p.m. on February 9th. That could be a possible Eastern Conference final preview, and that's a shot in the net from the bad angle, deflected off Lyle into the net. Will make it 7-2. That was not a high danger situation, so I didn't see who shot that one towards the net from the far corner. We'll wait for the goal announcement. Folks carries it across the line. Tucked up to grabs the far side. Kevin Lau gets the goal. Jen McIntyre passes it off to Kelly. Pass ahead out of the reach of Roberts. Kelly plays it ahead for Moyes. Moyes up the left side. Tries to feed it through a triangle for Denham. Unable to connect. Bird plays it ahead to Azzano. He tries a behind the back pass, but it's a turnover to the Rivermen. Moyes finds Noonan up the right side. Noonan into the slot. Halford's shot is stopped by Jenkins. The rebound off the leg. Back out to center ice. Williams receives it along the far boards. And Rajnovic unable to make the play. It's a 3-on-2 opportunity. Moyes up the right side. He's kept to the outside. Halford in front. And a jam play attempt for Moyes, unable to get it over the pad of Jenkins, and the Rockets are able to clear with 5:16 remaining. Matt Denis stick handles and turns it over to Mott. Take pass right to the Rockets' blue line. Mott up for Law. Lyle out to play it off the boards. It deflects off a skate. Halford passes ahead looking for Nisita. Nisita unable to receive it. Jenkins once again out to play it to negate the icing. And Mott makes a move around Halford as well as Noonan. Carries it into the offensive zone. Centering pass. Unable to connect with Gibson. Gibson still with a pair of goals in the game. Possibly looking for a hat trick. Halford comes up the right wing. 1-on-2. Pulls it to the backhand at the side of the net. Unable to find a teammate. Race for the puck along the far boards. Noonan. Sending Boisfuzi. Boisfuzi shoots. It's a right kick save. Rebound cleared by the Rockets. Keenan back to draw the icing call as there's under 4 minutes remaining. 3:57 left on the clock. A pair of games remaining on the season for the Arnprior Rivermen. They have one more home game, which we'll have for you on February 1st as they take on the South Stormont Mustangs before closing out their season on the road February 8th against Poggin Falls. Locke up the left wing, plays it past Boisfuzi. Jerson plays it ahead for McMahon. McMahon tries to get the shot off from the slot. He's tied up just enough to force the shot wide. Drop pass behind the goal line. Jorson from the right circle. Glove save Jenkins. Jorson plays the rebound right along the end boards. Battle continues in the near corner. The Rivermen. Power tries to stick handle. 1-on-3. Not a lot that he could do with it. But the Rockets turn it over. The Rivermen touch up onside into the far corner. It's played back for Power. Power rubbed out along the far boards, but able to maintain possession. He's tripped up, unable to get the shot off. Rajnovic and Power. Power chips it past Rajnovic down low. Bouncing puck at the side of the Rockets net. Over to the far corner. It's out to center ice by Coley. Johnson passes in front of the Rivermen net with 2:30 remaining. Dan McIntyre gets it ahead. And the Rivermen play it in. Kushnerek unable to clear. Puck up for grabs in front of the Rockets net. The Rockets was skated out. Kushnerek across the blue line, makes a move to the backhand out in front, tries to slide it through the crease. And it's settled down at center ice by Birdie. The shot goes off the outside of Float's skate into the near corner. Lau will slow things down behind the Rockets net. As Bertie is camped out in front, pass to the near boards, back over to the far side, out to center ice. Baker unable to enter the zone. Moyes with some room up the right wing. Carries it wide. Shot from a bad angle, and he scores! Adrian Moyes beats Jenkins to give the Rivermen something to finish the game off on a strong note. It's the third goal of the game. Score now 7-3 with 1:28 remaining. Never a bad idea to throw the puck on net, and Moyes gets his 11th point of the season. That's one that Jenkins would like to have back. However, that won't spoil the party for the Rockets, who are 88 seconds away from a 17-0 record. Mott passes it over to the right wing. Boulanger around the boards for Mott. Mott signals it down low. Brendan McIntyre out in front. The Rivermen with some crisp passing out to center ice for Moyes. Moyes finds Dunham up the right side. Dunham takes a hit, but maintains possession. Pass back to the point, all the way to Denise. Shot was steered wide by Jenkins. And we're inside the final minute of play in the third period. 53 seconds left. And just like last weekend, a 4-goal differential as the Rockets picked up a 6-2 win. They've got a 4-goal lead in the final minute of play tonight, although this week via a score of 7-3. Mott off the face-off. We'll play it out to center for Lozano. Aldrich Denis plays it ahead. It's off the boards out to center ice for Power. Power makes a move around Bird. Power toe drags, knocks it down, unable to get the backhand shot off, just ran out of room. Williams plays it ahead for Zano with 26 seconds remaining. Zano gains the blue line. Nice pass to find Radjnovic, who goes between the legs and tries the short side roof job, but elevates it over the net and out of play with 19 seconds remaining. It was a pretty crafty play by Radjanovic. Not much left to be told here. The Rivermen win the face-off, and Dan McIntyre will hold it. The Rockets will leave the Rivermen to it to wind the clock down. And they're just going to run the clock here, so that will be the final score. Otherwise, there would be a heap of too many men on the ice penalties. Final score tonight, 7-3 for the North Dundas Rockets, who extend their record to 17-0 on the season. Only 3 games to go to finish up the season with a perfect record. And that's the type of skill you can expect from the North Dundas Rockets. As I mentioned, heading into tonight's game, over a dozen players with minimum 5 games played at or above a point per game average. And we saw it tonight with a pair of goals from Mitch Gibson. From the back end, Krashernik was fun to watch. He's a great puck mover for the Rockets. And Jenkins with some solid saves as well. Of course, would like back that last shot that he allowed to Adrian Moyes. But this is an incredible team full of talent who will once again go on a deep run. Of course, they won the 2023 EOSHL playoff championships and lost in the championship series last year to the Gananoque Islanders. We'll have to see if they can win the championship again this year, but they are only 3 games away from finishing the season with an undefeated record of 20-0, 17-0 after tonight's win. For the Arnprior Rivermen, they fall to 9-9 on the season, but have still 7 wins in their previous 11 games heading into their final 2 games of the season. Their final home game will be on Saturday, February the 1st at 7:30 p.m. as they take on the 13-5 South Stormont Mustangs. So that will be another tough test for the Rivermen, although after their 5-4 win on Friday night against the Manotick Mariners, they will be eager to face that test to see where they stack up against these top teams heading into the playoffs before finishing off the season on February 8th, I believe, against the Pogon Falls Rapids. And then we will look forward to bringing the Arnprior Rivermen and Pontiac Senior Comets first round playoff matchup your way on the RA Sports Network. I want to thank everyone for tuning into tonight's game, as well as all of our subscribers. Now up to 155 subscribers on the RA Sports Network YouTube channel with one game to go in the regular season. We thank everyone who's followed us this year, and we look forward to our final regular season broadcast on Saturday, and of course the playoffs as well. Tonight's final score is a 7-3 Rockets victory over the Rivermen. For my broadcast partner, Adriana Wong, I'm Ryan Woods. Thanks for watching, and have a great week, everybody.